What is going on, guys? Today I got a brand new video for you. We are going to be going through some of the top mods that you can do to your Mazda 3 as a beginner. I've done a lot of mods to this car, from easy to extremely hard, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I think are easy that everyone can do if you pretty much have no experience with cars. These should be the first mods that you do to your Mazda 3. These are going to be cosmetics. These are going to be some maybe mechanical things. I think everyone can take a wheel on and off their car. It's really not hard as long as you have the right tools to. Without further ado, let's take a look at some of the easiest beginner mods for the Mazda 3. Our first mod's actually in the door here, and it can be considered not really a mod, but it is something fun to do, and it's these door strikers. You can find these babies on eBay, Amazon, Alibaba, anything, and all this is a stick-on. This has been stuck onto this door for so many years. I did a video so long ago on this. This was only, I believe, about 10 bucks. And I think I got 4. Yes, I got 4 for all the doors. All you have to do with these is there's some sticky tape on the back. You put these over it and you just stick them on, make sure they secure, and these will be good to go. They just kind of make it look a little bit better than just having all this metal just hanging out on your door jamb. This is something cheap. Everyone can do this. This can be like one of the first things that you do. And just because it's so cheap, I recommend like almost just everyone do it. Like I said, not really a mod, just a little cosmetic thing just to stick on your door. Just to add a little bit of spice. Maybe you got like a little color scheme or something like that. I went with black with the Mazda Speed logo on there. I think it's really neat. This one's for my manual drivers, and automatics can actually do this too, so just take a look at this one. And the shift knob, and you can even add the shift boot into this. Even if you have an automatic, there's ways to add a shift boot, but the shift knob is super important into having an engaging drive, even if you're using the manual shifters on the automatic transmission. If the stock knob doesn't feel good when you're shifting it, then you can add something aftermarket with maybe a shift pattern or something really cool, a little engraving or design on it, and have something that fits your hand nice. I like this one because it's very easy to grab in different scenarios. The shape fits really nicely in my hand. You can also get weighted ones as well, which feel really good through shifting gears if you're, racing or, doing anything like that. Just something to feel nice when you're cruising, rolling through your gears. Something that feels nice when you're rev matching. This is definitely an underrated mod, and I definitely recommend getting something. It's one of those things that are custom to you depending on what you want to have when you're driving your car. One we're going to pop in the engine bay. Now you guys can't see in here, but this is actually a cold air intake. Now this one might be a little bit more scary to certain people, but there's actually a lot of good instructions, including my own on my YouTube channel, showing you how to install these. A cold air intake kind of gets you familiar with the engine bay of your car, and especially your air intake system. On something like a Mazda 3 where there's no turbocharger or intercooler or anything in your air intake system, this is something very easy to do and highly recommend doing something, especially if you want to learn. You don't really get power performance out of these intakes, but you get a really nice whoosh sound that, I mean, if you like it, sure. I wouldn't necessarily recommend a short air intake in your Mazda 3 because it will bring in hot air. So that's why I have this cold air intake that brings air from the bottom, but this can also be bad if you're living in a wet climate. So when you're shopping for an intake, make sure you find something that you would like. Like I said, preferably a cold air intake. You can also get half intakes where they don't go all the way to the ground, but halfway into your wheel well, which might be something a little bit better if it is wet. But this is so easy as just taking your old air box out, attaching one of the hoses to your air intake, and that's pretty much it. And then you got nice whooshy induction noises in your Mazda 3. Now, while I'm actually at the engine bay, I want to show you guys another quick, easy mod, and I think you guys will really like this one. This one is actually on your throttle body, just like the intake, but this one's a little bit easier, and I actually don't have it to show you an example, but I do have a video which I'll leave up in the top right for you guys to check out right now if you would like. This one's the throttle body ground. Basically, you take a cable, a 10 gauge cable, connect it to one of your throttle body bolts. Because your throttle body is metal, these weren't grounded properly. So if you take a 10 gauge wire, attach it to your throttle body and put it to your negative terminal on your battery, it'll have your throttle body respond faster to your pedal. So when you touch the pedal in your the accelerator pedal in your Mazda 3, it might lag a bit, but after doing this, you might find that it responds a bit quicker. This is one of the easiest kind of power, it's not a power mod, but response mods for your Mazda 3 if you guys are looking to get a little bit quicker off the line or just have a better throttle response in general. You can do this on the automatics manuals. As long as your throttle body is metal, I would definitely check out that video that I made on this, a little tutorial for you guys to check out if you guys want to do this yourself. And number 5 for the things I recommend to do to your Mazda 3, this one's going to be a bit of a package. This one is the lighting on the car. Lighting is so easy on these cars. Now you could do the taillights, the GT upgrade, as you guys can see here. This is actually a mid-trim Mazda 3, but I installed these LED taillights from a GT model. This is something very easy to do. I'm not recommending this, but you can do it. But one thing I am going to be focusing on are these corner lights. Now these ones can light up and these ones can as well, but you don't need to wire these to light them up. If you just want to install them without lighting them up to make it easier for you, then all you need to do for these ones is get under the bumper, reach up there, there's a little tab that you pull and they just slide right out. Unfortunately, if you want to do these ones, the ones that light up, you have to take the rear bumper off because there's no way to access these. Moving on to the second portion of this group are the fender LED blinker sequential lights. Now these babies right here are so cheap, and same with the back ones. But these ones are so easy to install. You just pop these right out with a screwdriver, you unplug the old ones, and then you plug these ones in. It's all plug and play, and you got super cool LED sequential fender lights on your Mazda 3. Very easy to install, so cheap to do. So if I was to bundle those fender blinkers, these and those, I could probably almost get all of this together for 50 bucks. So easy to install, and as you can see, it makes a really cool difference on the Mazda 3. With that being said, those were my favorite first mods for your Mazda 3 if you're a beginner to the car scene. Once you've done those, I definitely recommend challenging you to do things like replace your wheels, do some suspension stuff. I started where you guys have started, but I've also evolved and been able to do a lot more. Everyone is capable of doing it. It definitely is scary. Don't get me wrong. It definitely is scary, but it's possible. Maybe challenge yourself to doing one easy mod and then something, you know, maybe a bit more challenging, like doing the exhaust or doing the intake sort of thing. It's a learning experience. It's really fun to do, and I definitely recommend trying to do everything that you can, not just the easy and cheap stuff. That's the video for today with the Mazda 3. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe button, leave a like on the video, and comment down below what your first, beginner mod or something that you recommend, or what your favorite one that I told you guys about today is. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Keep it real. I'll see y'all in the next one.